I have literally tried to record this like 5 or 6 times, and every single time something has gone wrong. Um, Hopefully this is the one. I'm very very late to this. Um, I think like about like a month late now. Legends mod has finally updated from 1.7 to 1.18, and yeah, it's been like years since the last update. Um, Been so long. I'm literally going by a different name now. I got a whole different Minecraft skin now than the one I had before. So like it's been a while. I'm on version 1.18, but this is like a 1.20 map, so it's probably corrupted in a few places. Most notably, this is not where I spawned in last time. Uh, so that's something. How with the new version of Legends mod, there is there's actually unlike the original mod, there's actually separate packs, which are separate mods for like the base Legends mod, like file. And today I'm just gonna be reviewing the superheroes pack, just like the base mod, pretty much just like the base mod. Um, you do need Azure Lib for this version. Um, Another notable thing, currently, there's the Superheroes pack, which is just like the base pack for the mod, and then you have the Power Rangers pack, and then you have an anime pack with a miscellaneous pack, which has not been released yet, still in development, but that will release at some point soon. Another thing is that all of these files are on the is on the Patreon of the main creator. You don't actually have to pay for these, at least not anymore. You used to for years, and that's why I never touched them because I don't really pay for Minecraft mods. Um, I don't know how controversial a take that is. I mean, it's they were beta versions, so like that it kind of makes sense why. But yeah, like this is still an early in development version. Like as you can see, these are the two messages you get when you first spawn into a world. It's still in early access, so like, but and that's why it's still on the Patreon rather than on like CurseForge or Modern. Ignore my squeaking chair in the background. Um, but yeah, but they are for free now. They are free public releases now. They're just on the Patreon. I will be linking those in the description. They also I also for the base mod pack they have for like the base mod they have also have Azure Lib as part of the download. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, like yeah, I'll just link the Patreon post with the files attached to the bottom of them in the description so you can try it out for yourself. But anyways, um, how you actually get these characters? So you're gonna need something called the Book of Legends. And as you see from this little spawn thing, this version of the mod has a little bit of lore to it. Yeah, the first 2 pages actually have lore here. But yeah, if you wanna pause for either of these pages, you can do that. So yeah, um, but the main purpose of this book is actually this little table of contents right here. Now, here you have all of the main characters we have access to. You have Batman, Homelander, Joker, Moon Knight, Robin, Spider-Man, Superman, and Thor. More will be added later on. It's just, right now they're working on the extra packs and stuff, and when you have those extra packs in, they'll also be part of this list. So currently it's like 34 pages. It's going to be way bigger if you have the other characters on there as well. So, for example, with Batman, what you have right here is you have so like right here you have all of his different stats. You have just like his health and mana and stamina, all these things. And if you hover over them, they give you extra information about each one. So that this is a very useful book. I don't actually know how to access it in survival. I haven't really messed with it that much in survival. I've mostly just like done stuff in creative. So yeah, you're gonna have to figure that one out for yourself. But And then, but here, you know, the second page for each character has all these abilities that you have. You know, these are all your main abilities. And then, like before, it gives you extra, like, stats for each one. And then here you have the last two abilities, as well as the add-on gadgets. I'm not sure if this is for every character. I'm pretty sure it's just for Batman and other characters like him that have gadgets. On a previous recording, I put on the Rebreather and the Kryptonite Knuckles, and I couldn't take them off, so I had to delete the world and then upload the map back into my mod pack. So that was really annoying, so I wouldn't really recommend doing that. So yeah. And also, here, we actually have his recipe. Now, before we get into the recipe, I will say, though, as you see down here, there's a little thing called alts. And when you click on this, you know, here you have every single alternate suit for this specific character. You have a bunch of the different suits from all across Batman's history. This pretty much goes for every character. Although, some characters have significantly more alts than others. Like, Batman has a good amount. Thor has a ton. Thor has like has a ton. While somebody like Spider-Man, I think, only has like 4, and then 5 if you include the base like design. But yeah, like, and these have a whole different system of gaining them. Since I'm in creative right now, all of these are green. But if I wasn't in creative, then none of them would be. Only the ones you have actual access to, you would have. And with that, this is where the scrolls come in. So like all these, so say you have the Dark Knight, right? If I go into game mode, I'll turn on caps lock. I can't believe it. Yeah, if I go into survival, and then if I go to Batman's alt, see, like all of them are not green, but then I get this scroll, this Dark Knight scroll. Then now I have access to that. Oh geez, and when you don't have access to it, it goofs up real bad. And here, then here you have the stats for the specific alt, which I'm pretty sure are all the same, if not slightly different from the base one. And then I'm pretty sure the recipe is about the same as well. Go back to Batman, and then I look up his actual recipe. So yeah, for Batman's recipe, you need 17 black leather, 8 black stained leather, 17 black fabric, 8 black stained leather, 2 electronics, 9 light gray fabric, and then 3 yellow stained leather. So if I look up, say, fabric. Oh, sorry, hold on. You have different types of fabric. It's pretty much the same recipe as in the old 1.7 version. Just like string in an X formation and then black wool to fill in the rest. And then it gives you 4 of whatever wool color you choose, or whatever color you pick. While for the stained leather, I'm pretty sure it's also about the same. It's the same recipes, just different, at least in my opinion, nicer looking textures. Or you have, or you just have the dye and then it's the leather, so it's pretty self-explanatory. And then with the electronics, that is the same texture as the old 1.7 version. It'll probably be changed later on, but the recipe in this one is actually different. It's 5 redstone dust in this like X pattern, and then 4 copper ingots. It's a little bit different from the old recipe. But yeah, if I just go over to Batman now, so after you make everything you need to make, you just simply click mantle, and then boom, now you have the suit. Ooh, voice crack. Now you have the suit. So pretty much, what it is that yeah, here's what Batman looks like, at least the base form of Batman. As you can see, I think it's a really nice model. You got a real nice looking utility belt, a real nice looking bat symbol, and then you have like the flowing cape. You know, it's real flowy. You know, it has like physics and stuff. So I think it's kind of cool. Since he's a more acrobatic character, when you're sprinting, you can actually do a little double jump. And earlier, as I showed it like a second ago, you can do a little flip sometimes. Not always, though. Yeah, there you go. And then I accidentally go into creative fight. But yeah, Spider-Man has a similar thing. Many other characters do. Yeah, for all the acrobatic characters, all their acrobatic stuff, you have to use while sprinting. So you can't double jump while not like sprinting specifically. So if I do my ability 1, which is a utility belt, and you press R for that, you can check your keybinds. But like unlike the 1.7 version, they don't actually show like the abilities, so you can't really like do, you know, so if you don't know the keybinds, you can't really do anything. So I feel like that is a little bit of a problem. Personally, I would add like what buttons to actually like the actual like buttons in like next to the abilities, like how it was in 1.7, so I don't have to constantly be checking back, because listen, I'm ADHD. I don't have a lot of working memory. I'm not gonna remember what all the keybinds are. Alright, if it looks like I do in this video, it's because I'm cutting out the parts where I go back into the keybind menu and check everything again. But anyways, ability 1 is R. So, yeah, with these, you have all these different things. You have the battering, explosive battering, electric battering, heated battering, a smoke bomb, a gas capsule, and a freeze grenade. And then, of course, you can just click on this to, you know. But, yeah, when you click on it, then you have spawn in some villagers. Then when you press R again, you'll just be throwing it at them. Oh, shoot. It actually comes back to you. See, since batarangs aren't really meant to be like throwing stars, traditionally they were boomerangs. And that's why they're called batarangs. Yeah, as you can see right there, you can only see it a little bit, but yeah, they actually, it comes back to you. So that's pretty cool. You can also just throw it into the ground. And you see the little model right there, it's pretty sick. Whoa! Alright, so I cut to the keybind menu to specifically point out, if I reset this, switch mode, right here, you know, this is, just says button 4, but, so yeah, it traditionally is button 4. See, my keyboard doesn't actually have a button 4 because it's a smaller keyboard that doesn't have like a traditional numpad. So it doesn't work for me. So this might not work perfectly depending on what kind of keyboard you have. But normally it's button 4, but I just set mine to left arrow. And basically what you do is you hold down, or well, like you, and then you press R again, and then you can switch back to a different thing. So yeah. Yeah, so that's the explosive batarang. And then here's the electric batarang. Kind of just, you know, briefly electrocutes the enemy, just for a short while. And then we have a smoke bomb. Kind of just creates smoke, and then you can't really see anything through it. So it might be better for, yeah, that's definitely works for, like, evasion, I guess. And here you have a gas capsule. It's kind of the same thing. I'm not really sure what it does. It might make more of a difference when fighting against other players, and maybe has some kind of status effect that we just like can't see, but yeah. And then we have freeze grenade. I just straight up killed him. I'm pretty sure it gives like the frostbite effect. That's a thing in this version. At least that's what I assume. I haven't really tested this out with other people, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, what are y'all talking about? Ability 2 is C. flying kick. It just, yeah, you go to a flying kick forwards, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Ability 3 is axe kick. Couldn't really see it that well from this angle, but yeah, I think. And, ability 3 is V. So yeah, that's just like a little kick you do. So yeah. So ability 1 is R, ability 2 is C, and ability 3 is V. And then ability 4, I'm pretty sure is X. Yeah, ability 4 is X. So what ability 4 does is that, does a little scatter bomb. Or then you kind of just jump up and you throw bombs down. And then ability 5 is definitely meant for other players, where it is... And ability 5 is G. It's just kind of a cape counter. So, like, I'm assuming it's like a parry type move for when you're fighting against somebody else. And then the ultimate, I'm going to spawn a few more of these guys for, which is the Z key, is Bat Swarm. Or basically it's a swarm of bats that attacks and kills anything in its vicinity for a set amount of time. And then look, they're all gone. And then you have the class ability, which is left alt, which is a little roll. So yeah, it's a very, very movement-based character. And you can do a lot. Oh yeah, you can also skid forwards. You're doing like that shift thing I was talking about earlier. You can do a little. If you hold down shift, and you'll slide forward. And then you can, if you hold down shift, you can also do a little front flip. So yeah, you can basically do this little thing in like any direction, except for behind you. You can't do that behind you, but you can do a front flip. It's a very, very, very acrobatic character. You can really flip around a lot. So if you know how to properly use it, you would honestly be pretty hard to hit. And then you have the utility key, which is H. Yeah, it's H, where you can equip your grappling gun. How it basically works is just, it's just kind of a grappling gun, and then you press shift to get rid of the thing. And if you left click, then it'll hook you, launch you a little upwards a little bit. So basically, that's what you do. So that's how you get on top of buildings and stuff. And then you can left click, and then now you're on top of the building. And then the armor key is Y, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is. And then you can see the character's face underneath the mask. Now, if you haven't noticed already while doing this little showcase, Batman, not only is this not a slim skin, but this also is just, that's not my face. See, that's the kind of neat thing about this mod. On default, you'll actually have it won't show the actual player's skin underneath the suit. It'll just show the character's skin underneath the suit. So that's pretty neat. And also, if you have a slim skin, it'll just overwrite it into into the wide-armed default skin. If you don't like your skin not being visible while having the suit on, you can change it in the config. I know that's a thing that they mentioned before. I forgot how to access the config in 1.18. And then there's also the social button, which actually plays voice lines of the character, as well as their theme in some cases. I personally won't be playing any of these in this video, because I don't want to get a copyright strike. So yeah. And the next character we're going to be checking out is Homelander. So with Homelander, you have... I'm not going to cover the stats again, or the abilities and stuff. But oh yeah, also it shows the weaknesses, which is sound, for him. Might be, so yeah, I guess any sound-based characters. Yeah, I think that's the only difference, thus far. So like with Homelander's recipe, it's 14 blue fabric, 1 compound V, 5 gold ingots, 10 red fabric, 8 red stained leather, and 6 white fabric. Now to get compound V, if I look it up in here, compound V. With this, you're gonna need a bottle of liquid Ethereum, which you have to put into a blasting or just for regular furnace. Or, well, you have to make a bottle of crushed Ethereum, which Ethereum is just an ore you can seemingly collect. I'm pretty sure you can just mine for it. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, with that, then you get a bottle of crushed Ethereum, and then you have to put that into a blasting furnace to get liquid Ethereum. And then the second thing you're going to need is just some glowstone dust, so that's just a quick trip to the nether. It's pretty easy. And then a vial of water. See, empty vial. That's just 2 glass panes. And I'm assuming if I get, like, water, I can just... Yeah, you just collect it. So yeah, you just collect that from any water source. I think the Ethereum is going to be the only difficult thing to get, but yeah, I guess once you have everything you need, then you can just get Homelander. And this is actually the comic book design of Homelander. It doesn't have, but the TV show one isn't all. So as you can see, you're much faster, and you can actually fly. Now this is different from the creative flight. You see the animations are different. You guys flow and cape. And then if you sprint, you can actually do this. You can fly around. And then you can hold down space arrow bar to go up, and hold down shift to go down. And then if you double tap space bar, then you can boost. You can boost around, fly even faster. Yeah, if I just throw down these villagers again, you know, Homelander's abilities is his first ability is heat vision, and as you can see, something to note about heat vision, along with many other abilities in this mod, is that since they're kind of a lot more destructive, you know, I can hold this down for a set amount of time, and if I don't press R, it'll just keep going. It'll just keep going after a certain point, and then it'll stop on its own after a while. But yeah, you can, if you want to have just like a prolonged heat vision thing, you can just keep doing that. Also, it turns sand into glass. I don't even know if sand was down here. So yeah. Yeah, look, you just only have it on for a second if you really wanted to. And then ability 2 is lobotomize. And then ability 3, just spawn a few other here. You know, ability 2 and 1 are pretty similar. I think just lobotomize is just a shorter version of it that does a different amount of damage. But ability 3 is rush, where you instantly go into flying, and then you just you know, you rush through a bunch of them. And that one has a bit of a longer cooldown though. And then ability 4, I'm pretty sure that is a voice clip from the death battle episode between him and Omni-Man. Bit of a weird pull, but you know, I guess it makes sense. Unless that line is actually in the show or something. I've never actually watched The Boys. It would kind of just, like, I don't know. The comic was kind of bad, at least to me. That's probably another controversial take. So when the show came out, I wasn't really that interested in it. But I mean, everybody says the show is good, so I might check it out. I don't know. But yeah, yeah. So ability 4 is just a sonic scream, or you know, he just does that. And then his ability 5, which I'm pretty sure is V, is heightened perception. You know, that's rush. That's not, no, V is ability 3. See what I mean? See how much easier it would be if they just had the keybinds on the screen. I think X. Wait, no, that's what the hell is V then? Oh, right. So ability 5, hidden perception. It's G. As you can see, they're kind of just slower. You see the little noise that appears. It only lasts for a little bit, but yeah. And then if I spawn a bunch of these guys in, we can recreate that one scene in the show. I know I just said I haven't watched it, but I have seen clips. Which is his ultimate, Incinerate. It gives every enemy the bleeding effect, and that's why there were a bunch of red particles on the ground. And it's a lot more destructive than his regular, than his regular heat vision. And then his class ability, which I think is alt. Yeah, it's just block. So it kind of just throws his arms up and then blocks. And then his utility key is, I don't think I remember it correctly. So the utility is H, and he has these little different senses. You have super hearing, which when you activate it, yeah, there it was. Yeah, see? Yeah. So now you can. It's a little finicky. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I fully understand how to use it, but yeah. Then you have X-ray vision, which actually allows you to see things behind walls. It allows you to see entities behind walls. And if I just activate it again, but only within a certain distance, so it's not like the most useful thing. Next thing is telescopic vision, which just kind of zooms in. And then the final thing is microscopic vision. It's just like another thing where you can see entities, except you can't see them behind objects. So like if I go behind this pole, like you can't see it anymore. So like it's kind of just a less useful version of the X-ray vision. I'm not really sure what the purpose of it is, but it is there. And then the final thing is a soundboard, which I'm pretty sure the keybind for that is O. So yeah, if you wanna do that like a server, you can. Next character we have is the Joker. See his crafting recipe. I'm gonna try and burn through these a little bit more. I've been recording for like 41 minutes. When you cover him, ooh. Here you have his nasty looking face. Yeah, look at all his individual teeth that were all textured. Yeah, his, if I go away from the fire, his first ability is throwing cards. And he throws out 3. Then you can kind of just, and he kind of just throws them out. And then, his ability 2 actually requires you to press the utility key, which is H, if I haven't said that already, to bring out his weapons. His 3 weapons, he has a revolver, a knife, and a crowbar. The crowbar doesn't really, it's kind of just does 3 attack damage. I don't know. Maybe once they add the second Robin, maybe it'll do more damage to him. But yeah, you need to be holding the knife to use ability number 2, the shank. There's no animation from first person, but there is in third person. It also just gives out the bleeding effect. Yeah, he's crazy. He's a crazy person. And then ability 3 is exploding pie. It gives you a pie, and you throw it, and it blows everything up. He went really high. There's this kid here now. Alright, so Ability number 4 is actually the Joy Buzzer, where I think, yeah, you can kind of see it on either hand if you look close enough. But, yeah, ability 4, you kind of just activate it, and then... That's an actual laugh, by Mark Hamill. I don't know if I'm gonna get copyrighted for that, but yeah. But, then, yeah, this is the third person, though. And if I fly back up here. There's actually 2 modes. I think this is the firing mode. Yeah. You click right click. And when it looks like this, then press left click, and then it fires them out. Okay, I'm really bad at aiming. Unless I'm just not close enough. Okay, I might just I just suck? Okay, yeah, I just suck at aiming. Okay. It's easier to aim when they're closer, but yeah. And then this does 2.4 attack. Oh no, that's 2.4 attack speed. 10% chance to cause bleeding. So I think you can also just use it separately. And then ability number 5 is real goofy looking. No, that's the pie. Which one was... Oh, right, yeah, it's G. So then... he kind of just does this. My game lagged horribly during that, so I'm gonna play it again. So he kind of just does that. I don't know what he's doing there, but yeah, he's a freak. So yeah, he just has the balloon and then it pops after a while. It's more of a movement item. But yeah, and then the armor key is a laugh. And his ultimate does the same thing as the laugh as the armor key. So then, you know, if I just use his ultimate. I don't know if we'll get in trouble for playing his laugh in the YouTube video. I don't know. Pretty much everything is copyrighted. All right, I don't know. But yeah, that's his ultimate, which is just he throws down a canister of his laughing gas, because it kills everything, of its Joker venom. And then his class ability is Endure. And then the third character we're going to be covering is Moonknight, which you need 12 gray fabric, 4 gray stained leather, 2 ivory wristbands, lunar Ethereum, a sacred ankh, 8 silver ingots, and 16 white fabric. And to get lunar Ethereum, you just need to combine it with regular Ethereum from the lunar crystal, which is just an actual ore. Ethereum doesn't really seem to have an ore, so I'm not really sure where you get Ethereum. If I look up ore... Oh, yeah, no, you do just have an Ethereum ore. I'm just gonna craft a Moonknight real quick. In the corner, you can see a little, like, moon meter. I'm pretty sure it's because you're stronger at night. But yeah. Also, can all this fire just, like, go away already? Yeah, the Lunar Arsenal. His first ability is Lunar Arsenal, which is pretty much just like Batman's. Like the Crescent Dart, Explosive Crescent Dart. Those both act the same. They have Scarab Dart. Ivory Boomerang does come back to you. You see that? Get down, get out of there. I have a Throwing Iron, which is, yeah, you have a lot of throwables. There's not really a notable difference between any of them. Like, that one sounds more like a knife, so, like, maybe that one has a percentage to, like, cause bleeding, but I don't actually know. I didn't check the stats. And then you have a Blow Dart, which probably does something. And you have a Flashbang. Wow. That little ringing I hear all the time, because I have tinnitus. Now, ability number 2. I'm gonna hit you first. Oh, now he's walking away. Ability number 2 is a Lunar Strike. It's this big, like, launch thing that launches you forwards. So, yeah. And then his third ability is Vengeance Burst. That was pretty sick. He basically throws those little, like, blue crescent dart things. He, like, jumps back and then throws those fiery things out, and then that's what it does. Then ability number 4 is Silver. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. I'm kind of tired. Yeah, it's basically little weapons, you know, the little. Yeah, thanks, train. It's basically little things that cause bleeding and stuff. Yeah, sorry about the train in the background. They always play at the most inopportune times on the planet. I think you could tell I am a little bit at the end of my rope here. I've tried re-recording this so many times. You don't even understand. Ability number 5 is actually ability number 5. Ability number 5 Ability number 5 is actually a reference to a meme. It's just the random bullshit go meme. He just starts throwing out literally everything. I heard the flashbang. So yeah, like he'll literally just throw out everything at once, like that, like the meme panel. And now you're on fire. And then the ultimate is, honestly, I think the thing that's closest to what the little bits of the show I've seen, where it's like, its ultimate is summons Khonshu. And his armor key shows look, it's Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley, and the third one. Next up is Robin. Here, all of his recipe. Yeah, just look at that. And then with Robin, you have his utility belt. It is pretty much the same as Batman's. Did I even show the heated batarang? I don't think I did, so I'm just gonna throw it down. It's just a fire one. It's just fire. That's all it is. Yeah, so that's pretty much, it's all pretty much the exact same, so I'm not gonna look at it, but since this is actually Dick Grayson Robin, and it's the first Robin, then his second ability is a flying spin kick. That took out all of them. Holy crap! So yeah, just and then ability is his third ability. It's the ability 3. It's a sweep kick. Oh, he also has all the same acrobatic stuff as Batman. I don't think he has the side... No, he does have the side-to-side. I'm just doing it wrong. No, I don't think he has the side-to-side thing. I think he can only jump forwards. And then ability number 4 is actually Catch Explosive. That was kind of underwhelming. He basically jumps over an enemy, and plants an explosive on them, and then they blow up. It straight up just doesn't work if you don't have an enemy near you, so... Yeah. And then ability 5 is Flying Grayson. So that's cool. It throws down an explosive one. That's pretty neat. Wow, this building is empty. And then the ultimate is Robin's Reckoning. Name of that one episode. And the utility key is... Alright, that's his class ability, is the roll. And then... Yeah, I think that's a class ability Have I mentioned that? Did I mention during the Batman section? Yeah, you can roll. Yeah, no, it did. And then his utility gives him his bow staff, which traditionally wasn't actually Dick Grayson's. That just became his de facto weapon after the Teen Titans cartoon. And then the grappling hook, which I already showed off. So yeah. This does 2 attack damage, even though I think it should do more because it's a metal pole, but you know. And then you can also take off his mask. But I think he looks weird without it, so I'm gonna put that back on. Personally, I think it's the shading. I think it draws attention to the fact he doesn't have eyebrows. Next up, we have Spider-Man. We have all of his different things. We have all of his different immunities and stuff, and all of his. That says Superman. What the? Oh, right. Since this is early access, it kind of just jumps over to Superman because Spider-Man doesn't actually have a recipe yet. I'm assuming they haven't added like the radioactive fabric, because that was a thing in the old version. So we're just gonna manually grab his suit right here, and we're just gonna throw it on. I love this Spider-Man design. I love the. Oh dang, he's fast. I love the lens shape. I love all the texturing and everything. It's all real nice. It's real nice. I like it a lot. So yeah, he can jump up like really high. He can go up like high. But yeah, ability 1, actually web swing. Throws out a web, and then you press right click, and then he starts swinging. He kind of just gets pulled towards it. But, yeah, we're gonna have to go up to a higher position, which is why I got into a city. It's a little jank. It's not as good as, say, like, Fisk's Superheroes' like, take on Spider-Man's web swinging. But I think this one works just as well. You know, even if it's not as visually spectacular seeing actual, like, physics, I still think it's pretty good. The only problem is that my computer sucks, so I keep lagging. And then I fall. Another thing I'd like to note, he can also walk on walls. And I think if I press shift, then, yeah, now he's on the ceiling. So that's cool, he can do that. It's cool that he can do that. But here's, actually, I'm actually going to say these abilities a little bit out of order. Here we have Web Zip, which is ability number 4. And that got me out of there. So, you're kind of supposed to use the Web Swing and the Web Zip, like, sort of, like, in tandem with one another. Whoa. Hey, look. Plays all animations, and he's got his animation. Yes, it's all pretty cool. It's all pretty cool. So yeah, it doesn't work the best when you're lagging, but you know, nothing really does regardless. Yeah, I will note though, this mod is much more optimized than the old 1.7 version. The second ability is web gadgets. All the different web gadgets. Here you just have like the basic web shot. That's the wrong button. It kind of just webs them up. And then it goes away after a little bit. After that you have the impact web. Wrong button again. That launches him. I think if you press down on the ground, it'll hit more than just them. Yeah, you know, gotta be real specific about how you aim it. But Web Bomb is much more for that purpose, where you just throw it on the ground. Or you just throw it at them, it'll web them up. I think if I throw it at, like, actually, like, at the ground. At least I thought. Yeah, if you, yeah, so there you go. If you have to I guess just instead have them walk into it, and then after like a second, all the nearby enemies will be thrown. Or will get, not thrown. I can't talk. Here we have the trip mine. It's pretty much all the same like abilities as in the PS4 game. Yeah, so like, if they run into it, then yeah, it's a little trip mine. It does work on a wall as well. And you have concussive blast. All the same abilities in the PS4 game. So yeah. Then you have the electric web. That was just me punching. Yeah, it just electrocutes, but I think if you throw it on the ground, it'll do this really cool looking effect. And then the last one is the last one is the spider bot. It's a little guy. It throws out. Yeah, it says what mob it is, and then it starts chucking out electric webs at them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Ability number 3 is webbed uppercut, where you cover your hand in webbing and then you uppercut everything around you. And then I already covered ability 4. That's just web zip. I think you can. Yeah, you can actually hit them with it too. Okay, I don't know what that was, but yeah. And then the final ability is.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
And then the utility key is actually spider capabilities. This is web shield, which is another like parry attack, sort of like the cape thing that Batman has. And they have spider sense, which just kind of alerts you to everything nearby. And of course, you got Peter underneath. That's what Peter looks like. So yeah. And then we have Superman, which here's his stuff. You know, you need a more Etherean. A Superman. See right here. Look, he's Superman. And then so he can fly. He's got the boost stuff. You know, it's very similar to Homelander. So like, the things that are the same, you know, you just have like the heat vision, and you can turn it off whenever you want, just like before. Ability number 2 though is a little bit different. That's Sonic Punch. You can do it multiple times. I think you can just have it on however long you want. Something I forgot to mention. If you go into survival, when you have the character, see, this is why it wasn't working, because my like stamina or something like bar was low. It's like if you have to, so like if you're in survival, your like HUD will be overwritten with like these little bars. The gray one is your health. If I use the heat vision, yeah, this one is mana. This is for like your more superpowers. Well, the green bar, so the blue bar is like your mana, and then the green bar is like your stamina, and that's why stuff like Sonic Punch. Ability number 3 is actually one of the more useful abilities right now. It's the Super Breath. You see, you know, it puts out fires. It also specifies Gust. You might be able to switch that around. I don't know. And the ability 4, Thunderclap, which also puts out fires and kills stuff. How did you guys get all the way over here? And ability 5 is Heightened Perception, which you guys have already seen. So, yeah. I'm just gonna spawn a few more guys, and I'm gonna use my ultimate. Heat array. It's just like this big beam that does a lot of damage, very wide range. It even goes behind you a little bit. It's just like, yeah, just a massive gust of just fire from your eyes, and then yeah. I'm gonna do Thunderclap. to remove a bunch of it. And I think I just broke a bunch of windows. Yeah, it also breaks windows. And his utility button, the Kryptonian senses, which I already showed off all of those with Homelander, so yeah. New interesting thing though, if you press Y, the armor keys actually turn. It's a disguise. Look at that. It's Clark Kent, and he can still use all the same abilities. So yeah, that's cool. That's neat. And the final character for us to cover today, at least, is Thor. Here's all of his abilities and stats and everything, and this is his recipe. You need 1 Asgardian Ethereum, 24 Asgardian Steel, 6 Enchanted Armor Discs, 3 gold ingots, 6 red fabric, 1 stick, and 1 Uru ingot. And then now, we're Thor. There he is. Now see, normally he can't actually fly right now. He can't actually fly. So we're going to cover all the abilities right now without the hammer. Because here's the interesting bit. He can still use his lightning abilities without the hammer, but he's a lot more powerful with it. So we use ability 1, Lightning Blast. But number 2, we're going to need to summon Mjolnir, which is just the utility key. And boom, now he's got it. And with Mjolnir, now you can just fly. Like because even just when it's in your pocket, you can just fly with it. And when you throw it out, it'll come back to you. So that's pretty cool. And, like, you can just kind of spin it and then let it throw, and then it'll come back. Yeah, what ability 2 is Hammer Spin, which is kind of this forward, like front-facing attack. And then ability 3 is Lightning Strike. Sorry. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick, and will probably lag your game really bad if you have a bad computer, but... Ability 4 is Storm Striker. Spawn a bunch more of these guys in here. You jump up and you slam down with electricity. Ability number 5 is... Ability number 5 is Warrior's Fury. I'm not even doing that. I'm just electric. Final thing is Ultimate. Is his ultimate? God of Thunder. It looks, yeah, that. It's a little hard to tell what happened because the rendering's a little weird. With the armor key, you can take off his helmet, but it looks kind of weird without it. So I'm just gonna put that back on. Oh, so when you drop it, it'll do that. That's cool. I mean, I'm just gonna show off that ultimate one more time so you can get a proper look about how it looks in first person. It looks a lot more normal like that. Yeah, with that, I have covered pretty much every single character. My next video is probably... Whoa. My next video is probably going to be me covering either the anime pack or the Power Rangers pack. One of the two. So I guess, you can be excited for that. Yeah, I guess with that, this has been the only successful version of this recording after like 6 tries. So, yeah, I guess stay tuned for another thing. Hopefully things will go better next time I try to review something like this, so it'll actually maybe not come out a month after it should have. So, yeah, bye. On like smaller buildings. I don't know why it's slower. McDonald's?